Well guys, welcome back. On the last video I mentioned that we were about to pick up and go back to seminary to finish up this last semester, but thankfully I was able to slip away this weekend and come back up here to the house. We're going to see if we can get this floor completed this weekend. So yeah, let's get to it. The first thing that we've got to work on is this area around the door. This is where I stopped last time because this next step is going to require us to take this door completely off, take it down and actually shave the bottom of it off. So go ahead and take that down. We're going to get all of this finished right in here, and then we're going to see if we can get this door weather stripped properly. Well guys, this is probably the most nerve-wracking part of the entire day right here. So I've mentioned before on the channel that this house was made out of an old church building which was put up 175 years ago, something like that. Taken down, taken here, and then put back up and put together basically by using chainsaws and claw hammers, and nothing is really square in the house. And right now I'm having to remedy the unsquareness of the door frame with just cutting the bottom of the door so that it'll match the door frame, and so that bottom will seal better. So what I'm trying to say is there's going to be about a 3/4 of an inch difference between this side and that side of the door, and I measured it. What I would really like to do is take the door and put it in the gap and mark it and so forth, but you really can't do that because it doesn't fit in there anymore. So I have measured and remeasured and figured, and at this point we're just going to pray that it works. Let's cut it and see what happens. Might have dulled my saw blade on that. Oops. Well guys, I'm happy to report that it works, and we're going to just kind of stick this weather stripping under here just to see if it's going to work properly. Then we'll take the door back down and put the weather stripping on. You gotta take some more off.
Oh no! How much more? Just a tiny, tiny bit?
Yeah, not much. So I'm going to go ahead and put the weather stripping on it now. I'm not 100% sure that this cut is right, but I'm going to take a little chance and go ahead and put the weather stripping on. These are not the right screws. The heads are much too wide. Let me see what else I've got. So I don't have any screws that'll work. I do have some nails though. So since I'm going to try to use these nails, I am going to put this door up in the door frame. Make sure it's okay, because nails are obviously tougher to get out than screws. So let's go check it. Screws. That was wrong. Just take the screws out real easy. Well guys, it is the next day at this point, and before we get started on the floor today, let's go down and check out the culvert that we made in the last video. We've gotten quite a bit of rain, and it appears to be some pretty heavy rain since we built that. Let's go see how it held up. Well guys, here it is, and it's still here, which is great. Looks like we got some pretty serious erosion going on, unfortunately. Yeah, it don't look so good. Unfortunately, I don't have time on this trip to fix these issues. I'll be back in maybe 2 weeks or so for another weekend trip. Hopefully it doesn't get washed out too bad between now and then. Well guys, unfortunately the time has come for me to knock off. I am just out of time this weekend. Let's walk around here and see what I got accomplished. You can see right over here that the floor is still not quite done, but the real prize this weekend, this very short weekend that I had to work, was this door. This door right here has been gapped on the bottom for a very, very long time, ever since we kind of started this living room project, and that white strip that was on the bottom that I ripped off on the picnic table earlier, it was just like an Amazon weather stripping piece. It was really, really janky. It didn't really do a good job, and we were putting a coat right here just about every night to seal out the cold air from the outside, and it worked reasonably well, I suppose, until the cat would move the coat out of the way. But this is a whole lot better. Very tight seal, super, super well insulated. I am very, very pleased with the way that turned out right there. These right here are the 7 rows that I got down this weekend as well, and here's the rest of the floor over here. I do feel like this is going to be a bit shorter of a video than normal because this was kind of a very short weekend and there was other stuff that we had to do as well. I had to put mite treatments on the beehives. I've got 2 beehives left and they're doing really, really well. I'm happy to say that. So hoping to have some bee videos later on this year. But I had to do that. We walked down to the creek earlier and checked out the damage, unfortunately, on that new culvert that was put down there. And yeah, it had other stuff to do besides this, and I've mentioned before that these floorboards, they take a really long time to put down. So I have to measure them. I have to go cut them with both the chop saw and the table saw to get them down to the right width and the right length and all of this. It takes about 30 minutes per row, so it is very, very slow going, and I'm thankful to have gotten down just 7 rows this weekend. But I'll be back in a couple of weeks. We are leaving out tomorrow, and we will be back doing seminary work these next 2 weeks. We'll have a little bit of a longer weekend in 2 weeks, and I'll be here, and I'm hoping to wrap this floor up then, and at that point I can start on the trim work on the other wall over there that goes into the kitchen. My goal very, very soon is to get this living room complete. It's been in process for quite some time now, and I'm really ready for it to be done. But anyhow, I will keep y'all updated. Really appreciate y'all watching these videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one.